Hey, welcome back to the channel. We are at Scott's Recreation in Turner, Maine, and we are here for Tractor Day. It's an annual event they have each year, which means annual, I believe. Anyway, you know what I mean. And it's really cool because they let you come out and actually operate the tractors. There's toys and rides for the kids. There's just a really cool event we want to show you around. Let's get to it. So they have so much class, and they're such a unique dealership. It's the only place I've ever been that has a tractor hanging off of a crane. If you happen to notice, that's one of my favorite tractors in the world. That's a T25. Check it out. Look at that. You just don't see that at any other tractor show. So I was really surprised. These guys have got XCMG heavy equipment now, and they're recently a new dealer for them, but they went in all the way, not halfway, and they've got a pretty extensive line. And the cool thing is, later on in this video, we're going to be able to actually operate some of these, and I'm kind of excited about that. I've not done very many Mini X's before. I've always been a tractor guy, so let's see what else they got. So you got to be careful because there's traffic crossing around. You got kids everywhere that are just running these little tractors around. This little TYM tractor that's going here, that dude is fast. So wave at the camera.
Is that your tractor? Is that your tractor? I like your hat.
So the bouncy house is pretty full. So there's Al and Gina from, I forget what their channel is. All of a sudden, I just went completely blank. Limni Acres, I'm sorry. This is the most T25s I've ever seen with cabs on them. This is a neat tractor right here, T25 with cab, and a lot of people up north use this tractor to push snow. And I mean, the cab's pretty nice. I like it. So this is a really neat little cab here. In the interior, you have heat. You do not have air conditioner because it's only a 25 horsepower, but it's just well laid out. It's, you know, all the amenities that you'd find in a normal T25s. You got rear windshield wipers. I like that. And then you got the speakers, Bluetooth speakers. It's just, the fit and finish is really nice. Good looking cab. I just noticed that this T25 comes with a chrome tip on the exhaust. Guys, that is 5 more horsepower at least. So this is something we don't see a lot of in Tennessee, but up here in Maine, they use these chains for snow. It's pretty awesome. It actually helps in like mud and pulling. The stump bucket, finish mower, rock bucket. Check this dude out. Offset flail mower. What's heavy too? Look at it. I wonder if it's got the teeth or the. Oh, it's got the hammer. Gosh almighty, look at the size of them. Yeah, that right there would be. That is almost a mulcher.
Almost.
All right, look who I found out here. We got the Hank Hamilton from Hamiltonville Farm and Hank Hamilton
Hank
He's
Hamilton.
got 2 channels now that's
Yeah.
doing great. You got
Yeah.
your Will It Start, and now you got the tractor channel of Hank Hamilton, and it's doing really good, and you're really helping people because you're really
Appreciate
teaching
that.
people how to
Yeah.
use tractors and
Yeah.
Let me
The
ask you a
wrong way.
Well, no, listen, maybe even to be, no, I'm just kidding. Let me ask you a question now.
All right.
We're out here at a tractor show. Now, the one question
Sure.
I want to ask, if you had to tell a first-time tractor buyer what mistake not to make, what's the biggest mistake a first-time tractor buyer makes?
The biggest.
No
well,
pressure though.
Okay, let's start from the sales. Buying a tractor that's too small for their needs would be a big mistake to make.
Well, elaborate. You got a lot of wisdom in this.
Yeah.
I love your channel when you go through the different types of tractors and different brands and different
Sure.
scenarios. So enlighten us some.
So I think, some people are going by the price tag, and they're like, I can only afford this amount of tractor, and they're not seeing the forest for the trees, as they say, you know. And so if you're thinking about, well, I only have 5 acres, so I need this. But what if your 5 acres is covered in woods, and you're going to need a grapple that lifts 2,000 pounds, So think about, think about the size of the tractor in terms of what the job the tractor is going to do, not just because of the acreage you have.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had a thought, and it went completely away.
So unlike you.
Well, the age, it's the age, and I'm getting a little senile. But
I think about it, and I think, well, before I buy my tractor, I'm going to watch Tony's Tractor Adventure and find out.
I appreciate the plug.
Yeah, and I'm going to find out.
I appreciate you plugging my channel on my channel.
Yeah, that's right. Well, if you're new to Tony's Tractor channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But no, hey, how much is this T25 going to do for me if I need to dig a site, a pad for a new cabin? I'm watching Tony's Tractor Adventure.
I think one of the first-time tractor mistakes is not thinking long-term.
Not thinking long-term.
Because we'll go out and we'll get the bare minimum or the absolute bare minimum of what we need today.
Right.
And not realizing that, hey, we may have 1 acres today, but we already know in the back of our mind, we're thinking about buying something later. And I'll just say this, whatever you buy today is going to cost more later.
For sure.
So go ahead and get into it now.
Yeah.
Think ahead a little bit. Maybe if you need a 25 horsepower tractor today, go ahead and hit that 40.
Yeah.
And do the price analysis. And sometimes it might be hard to buy it up front, but I promise you, thinking long term
it's always cheaper today.
It's always cheaper in the long run.
That's right.
Well, man, I appreciate you talking to me.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I'm glad we got all your information in that short amount of time.
Listen, that's it. I'm done.
Done. I got no more.
That's right.
So we got Al here. Tell us about your channel, man.
So our channel is Limni Acres. Right now we are building our homestead from raw land that we had purchased. We've been there for 2-3 years now. We started with cutting the woods and building fields, putting in underground water to feed our pastures for our animals. And now last year we built our house. This year we're working on building a workshop just to expand the homestead. So
if you guys have not seen their channel, I'm telling you, I love what they're doing. It's interesting. You keep it fun, and they're just a great channel. Jump on over, check them out, and you'll be entertained. I promise you, man. I just met Hank earlier, and I kind of pinned him down for a question, so I'm going to pin you down for the same question. What do you think the first-time tractor buyer's biggest mistake is?
not buying a big enough one.
That's exactly what Hank said. I was like, that's probably it later.
And the big one I think is the 25 horsepower is good for small stuff, but if you ever want to put an implement on it,
right,
the small tractor limits you
to
what you can put on for an implement.
Like my T25, I love that tractor, but I am limited to 5-foot implements, period. And if you go out and have to mow 10 acres with a 5-foot implement, that's sometimes can be a long day.
It is.
So, think long term, right?
Right.
So we're walking around Scott's Recreation lot. They carry about 150 tractors on their lot at any one time. They have new, used, they have pretty much all of the TYM line. I guess they have all the TYM line, and they have a lot of the legacy Branson tractors. I'm pretty sure you can get a good deal on those. So if you're not sure, if you didn't know about this, TYM bought out Branson tractors a while back, and they basically kept all of the Branson line, but there's still a few that have Branson on them, and they want to move those tractors. So come out and check those out. And the cool thing is we have got probably more tractors than I've ever seen at a dealership, and also all the different kinds of TYMs. So I don't believe I've ever seen all the TYMs at one location. Let's walk around and look at all of them. So this is the T754, and it's a great hay tractor. It's got 75 horsepower, and the cool thing that this is a power shuttle shift. Now you can get this in a standard shuttle shift, and it's a nice transmission for sure. But this power shuttle shift, it has a little knob on the dash where you can adjust how the clutch engages. It's once you set it to the way you like it, it's almost like a hydrostat. It's just amazingly smooth. You push the lever forward, you go forward. You push the lever backwards, it goes backwards. And the way the clutch is engaged is just so smooth, and it's all depending on how you adjust it. You can adjust the clutch engagement based upon how you like it. So right across from the big T 754, we got this Branson 5520. This is a 55 horsepower cab tractor, and this particular one is shuttle shift. You can also get this in hydrostatic as well. And you can see that this is this is one of the legacy model Branson. This is what I said, they're going to move these off the lot, and as the new ones come in, they'll just be painted TYM red and have TYM logos. And they're going to keep both lines for the foreseeable future. And they complement each other. They both use the same engines. It's just a good solid tractor. I think Hank from Hamiltonville Farm, he had the 5220 back in the day, and he loved that tractor. So this is the TYM 5835R, and the 5835R is one of the tractors that came over from the Branson line, but it's a very new tractor. It's not really a new tractor, but it's been updated, and it has a lot of cool features. Power shuttle shift. It's just a very capable 58 horsepower tractor. It's heavy, can lift like 3,200 pounds on the loader. It's pretty amazing. So this is, if you watch your channel, you know what tractor this is. This is the TYM T25. This is my absolute favorite tractor in the world. This is the one I always gravitate to on the farm. And one of my good friends, Dan Carter, he kind of coined the phrase of what this tractor is. It's a little bulldog. It's stocky, it's heavy, it's got enough heft to do some like really heavy work, but the footprint is small enough you can get in, and like you can muck stalls and stuff out with this because it's small enough. We got a couple of tractors that are even smaller, and we'll go check those out. So this is a new tractor on the block. It's a Soless, and I don't know a lot about it, but I will say from glancing at the tractor, it looks really heavy built. The loader is heavily built. The axles are heavy. I mean, the axles looks like something would be under a 30 or 35 horsepower tractor, even though this is a 25 horsepower. And when you look at the rear end of the tractor, it's the same thing. It feels like it's a 35 horsepower tractor on a small 25 horsepower frame. This is a really beat up tractor, and Scott's Recreation, they just started carrying these, I think, last year. So just another option, a different price point. So maybe your budget's not gonna handle a new tractor right now. Scott's Recreation has got probably the largest selection of used tractors that I've seen at a dealership. They got everything from a 70 horsepower New Holland at the end down to, it looks like a little 25 horsepower Mahindra on the other end, and pretty much everything in between used. They got cab tractors new and cab tractors used. Just a ton of used tractors, so they've got a wide selection. So this is TYM's smallest tractor. This is basically about a 24 horsepower, I think is what it is. It's a T224. It literally is a little bit bigger than a big lawnmower, but it's got so much more capabilities. You got a loader that can lift about 700 pounds. You can lift about 1,000 pounds on a 3-point hitch. You can get a belly mower, and this loader comes off in literally like 3 minutes. So when you don't need to lower the loader on, you just want to mow, you pop the loader off. You can drive over the mower deck, hook the mower deck up, and be mowing your yard in less than 10 minutes easily. And then when you can actually use the loader, and if you want a backhoe attachment, you can have the backhoe attachment on it, and you don't have to take the mower deck off to run the backhoe attachment. I do recommend, though, if you do have the mower deck, to take the mower deck off when you're using 3-point hitch implements, because it hangs down. Like if you're going to be in the garden, you're going to need a little bit more clearance. It's just every subcompact tractor struggles with that. It's just better to protect your mower deck and take it out. But this is a great little tractor. It's not a mower. It looks like one, but it's built with a big heavy front axle and a big heavy rear axle, cast iron all the way. So everybody has fun here, right down to the youngest TYM owner.
Uses that for a yard tractor?
Yeah, I use it to like move the big logs around pretty much. So the time you see this video, this tractor days is going to be over, but next year, September, they're going to have another annual tractor day. That's what annual means. If you're not sure, I am now. But anyway, we'll see you next year here. God bless. Have a great day.